I call on the representative of Egypt.
Mr. President, Egypt categorically rejects the reply delivered by Ethiopia representative to Egypt's statement during the general debate. If Ethiopia were to reflect on its own conduct and behavior in the region, Ethiopia would recognize that it's the party that is the principal source of threats to peace, security, and stability in the region. It was Ethiopia that concluded a memorandum of understanding that infringed on the sovereignty and territorial integrity of a sisterly neighboring African state, Somalia. It's Ethiopia that has repeatedly violated cardinal rules of international law and undermines the principle of sanctity of international borders, which is established in African laws and practice. It's also Ethiopia that's under the illusion that it was established control over the Nile River, and it will deprive the two downstream riparian states, Egypt and Sudan, of their established historical rights to the Nile waters. Ethiopia ought to relinquish its aspiration of regional hegemony. Ethiopia also ought to realize that fabricating baseless allegations against other states and inventing fictional external enemies are nothing but futile attempts that are meant for internal consumption to distract attention from Ethiopia's many domestic challenges that are of its own making. Egypt, which is an ancient civilization, a responsible state in Africa, and a voice of peace and prosperity globally, does not engage in deplorable conduct of this nature. We call upon Ethiopia to exercise responsibility and to desist from threatening its neighbors and from engaging in conduct that undermines stability in Africa. We also invite Ethiopia to return to the African family as a contributor to peace and stability in the region, and not as an agent of insecurity and destabilization. Thank you, Mr. President.